Begin in mountain pose. Begin to lift and lower your heels, connecting your movement with your breath. And then let your heels come down. Begin to sweep your arms up and down a few times with your breath cycle. And then we'll begin to lift the heels and the arms, coming down, lifting up with your breath, and lowering down with your breath. Slow and steady. Heel toe your feet wider than your shoulders. Bring your hands onto your low back. Shoulder blades together, lifting your heart space here. Coming back through to neutral. Bend your knees, hands on knees. We're going to take opposite shoulder towards opposite knee. Opposite shoulder, opposite knee, side to side. Again, connecting our breath with our movement. Turning your toes out, feet about as wide as your navel. Heels turning in, and then sitting the hips back. Knees go in the direction of the toes. Hips back, knees in the direction of the toes. And then we're going to come into yogic squat, or you can stay in the umpire shape. If the hips are down, arms and legs are pressing, palms are in towards your heart space. Taking the hips up, heel toeing the feet in. And just bending and straightening the legs a few times here. Sweep the arms back, sweep the hips back into a modified chair position. Sweep the arms forward and up if you like. And coming all the way to standing here, interlacing the hands, reaching the palms up, and just a little swing from side to side. Opening up the side body, coming back through into mountain pose, picking up your right heel, step it back into a lunge, dropping the knee down, right hand down, left arm lifts up. Let your left arm come in front of your left shin, so your left hand will be outside of your left foot, and just a little pulsing forward and back. Step your back foot forward here, halfway lifting. Sliding down, this time we'll take the left leg back, dropping the knee. Left hand down, right arm up. And then letting your right arm come in front of your right shin, right hand outside of your right foot. Undoing, stepping your right knee back into an inclined plank and coming down slowly, chest, chin, waving the spine up into cobra. And coming up and down a few times with your breath. Maybe a little sway from left to right if that feels good. Roll the toes under. Take it back into downward facing dog. Walking it out here a little bit. Bringing the feet forward to the front of your mat. Hinging forward. Coming into a flat back here. Letting the hands slide down, sweep all the way up, arms up over the head, sit the hips back, chair pose, Uttanasana. Taking the right foot back into lunge, let your hands come down. Taking your left hand behind your left ankle, left hand at the side of your left foot, and then bringing it around and back and right into plank pose here. Come down all the way onto your belly, lift your heart space, and downward facing dog. Right foot comes forward, coming into lunge here. and taking your right arm and lifting and lowering the heel. And I was doing this on the other side. I didn't mention it, so my apologies. And then bringing the right hand under and lifting and lowering the right heel. Bring back through, step your feet together. Step them wide, heels in, toes out, coming back into either umpire or into yogic squat. Letting your left hand come out in front of your left shin, right arm up. Bringing your right hand around onto your low back here to open up through the shoulder blades, and you might wrap the left hand around. The hands may or may not come to touch. Coming back through the center, right arm wraps around the front of the shin, or you could just keep it out to the side. The left hand could come onto your low back. Your clothing, maybe you take fingertips here, finding the bind. Undoing, taking it into forward fold here. Bending the knees and straightening a few times. Taking your left hand back and around your left leg. Right hand comes onto the low back or interlacing hands if it's available. Come back through to the center. The right arm snakes around. The left arm comes up and over. You might take opposite hands here. This is all preparation for bird of paradise. Take it back into chair pose. Arms can stay by the side or come forward here. Standing in tall mountain pose, interlacing the hands, reaching up. Taking the right leg back here. Sweeping the arms up, transitioning into warrior two. And letting the right hand come down onto the mat. Left arm sweeps by the ear for extended side angle pose. Staying here or binding, taking the left arm under, right arm over. Hands may or may not come to touch. You can step your back foot forward and stay right here, or begin to lift your left heel. Either staying with your heel lifting or beginning to come to standing. Take your time, take your time. The foot doesn't have to leave the floor. The leg might be up, and if it's up, you could see about extending that leg out to the left. Bring it back down and through just the way you came in. Stepping the right foot back, finding your way back into bound angle. And you might come into a triangle pose here. Let the hands come down, frame your foot. And from here, step together, front of the mat, folding forward. Halfway lifting. Sweeping back into the chair pose. And coming to tall mountain, standing pose, interlace, reach the heels of the hands up. Taking the left leg back into runner's lunge here. Sweeping the arms up if you wish. Opening up, warrior two, that back heel goes down. Transitioning, letting the right hand come down, the left arm can sweep by the ear here. Option to bind. The left hand could come onto your low back. The right arm could reach under. You might take opposite hands. You might not. Pick up the back heel, look forward, step your back foot forward. Right heel can lift. You can stay here or begin to come into standing. Take your time. Take your time. No hurry. And you could work on extending the leg here if you like. We'll undo just the way we came in, making our way back into the bound side angle. You could come into triangle here. Let your hands frame your foot, step together, front of your mat. Sweep the arms up and over. Interlace. Bring the hands to the heart center. Stepping the right foot back. Bringing your left arm in front of your left shin. Right hand comes around behind to bind or not. And begin to lift the left leg. So we're hugging the left leg up and in, coming into another balance here. And letting it go. Step your left foot back into runner's lunge. Interlace your hands. Reach the knuckles down. Lift your heart space. Step it together. Back in mountain pose. And finding your chair pose. Right elbow takes left knee, coming into a twist. Back into chair and mountain pose. Let's take the left foot back now, bringing your right arm in front of your right shin. Left hand comes around onto your low back or binding. Either way, step the back foot forward. Begin to pick up your right heel, staying there. We're coming up into a balance here. I was lucky I had a wall there to catch my fall. Undoing, stepping that right foot back into lunge, interlacing hands. Lift your heart space here. Undoing, come back forward. I missed this on this side, but you could come into that twist, bringing your left elbow to your right knee in a squat. And then I'm coming into squatting, heels up, hands to heart center, but your hands could be out in front if you need that for support. Option to interlace the hands, bring them forward, and maybe they come up overhead. Making any shape that you like with the hands. Squatting balance position, letting the hands come down. From here, we're going to come into a kneeling position. If this is okay for you, you could be on your toes. You could have support under your hips. Bring your hands around behind. Fingertips can be pointing forward, back, out to the sides. And we'll just begin to lift and lower the hips. So just lifting and lowering the hips with your breathing, opening up your front body. A little bit of squeeze on the glutes so the front body can release. The next time you're up, we'll hold, if it is okay for you, letting the head go back. And coming down. Sweeping the legs off to one side. Let your feet come to the floor, hugging your left knee in. Sweep your hands forward. Wrap your left arm around your left shin. Right hand can come onto the low back or interlace the hands. Hinge the torso forward. Variation of a forward fold with a bind, but the bind is not necessary. Let your right hand now come and wrap around the left leg. Left hand comes around behind, or maybe it comes towards the right inner thigh. Unwinding from here, extend the left leg, bend your right knee, hug it in. Bring your palms together inside your leg, reach forward, right arm comes in front, left hand comes behind, torso moving forward here. It's very similar to the standing balance posture that we were just practicing. Undoing, Letting your left arm wrap around your right leg, right hand comes around behind, spinal twisting here. Your right hand could come around to your left inner thigh. You could take hold of your clothing, undoing from here. Bending both knees, we'll come on down to the mat. You could be holding behind your thighs, making this as much or as little work as you like. And once you're here, we're going to prepare for Shavasana, for final relaxation. So tucking your shoulder blades under yourself, lifting your hips, scooting your hips towards your heels a little bit. If it's okay for your back, extending the legs, letting your chin come in towards your throat, surrendering all of the facial muscles, relaxing your shoulders, your hips, allowing your body to be supported by whatever it is you're lying on. The more you're able to physically relax here, taking your attention deeper into your breath, staying here for some time. When coming out, take your time. Let the movements be small to start and then gradually getting bigger. Resting on one side or the other is nice. And then whenever you're ready, coming up into a comfortable seated position, taking some time to soak in the benefits of your practice, thanking yourself for showing up for yourself today, and taking a few more mindful breaths. And until we see each other again, have a great day.